Well, Zab Judah did most of the interview.
Yeah.
But then at the end, I asked if it was cool if I jumped in and asked a few questions.
Right.
And one of the questions didn't quite go over too well with Mike. This video actually just dropped today, so you're going to get to see it for the first time. Zip was kind of the go-between between like Puffy and all the Southside Crips.
Maybe.
You know, what is it? You know, here you are, this multimillionaire, and you know, it seems like you've always been attracted to the guys that are still in the streets to a certain degree. Do you think that's a fair statement?
You think I'm attracted to them?
Well, not attracted to them, but I mean, you like having them around. You're friends with them, and you
You
maintain.
think I like
this.
having them around?
I'm just asking.
You think I'm friends? What do you think? You think I like having them around?
I don't know. You just spoke nicely about Zip, so I just thought.
Yeah. You know who these guys are? When you talk, what do you say about me? I'm this big, whatever I am, right? But know who those guys are? Those are the guys that when I'm, whoever I am is a nobody. I mean, those are the guys that live in the same building with me. That gives my mother salt or sugar if they need, or milk. They're the same guys.
Yeah.
They're the same guys you rob streets with, and you went to juvenile detention with, and then you went to boxing, you got locked up, went to boxing, they got locked up, got up and went to the drug business, and then you see them, and they know this guy, and then you remember this guy from this downtown, and you went to school with this guy, and you know this guy, and this guy mother, and your guy mother went to school together, and this is the whole family, and then everything do.
There was a moment.
There was a moment.
There was a moment there when I wasn't quite sure which way it was going to go. I still had to stand my ground. I still had to be like, well, I asked the question. I'm going to continue with this question.
Right. So,
but Mike, I think Mike got upset with that whole attracted comment. That was not the right word in retrospect. As I watched it over, but you know, listen.
Association. You should have said.
Association. Listen, I'm not going to, you know, as many interviews as I've done, I've never done someone on the caliber of a Mike Tyson. So I was somewhat nervous myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna deny that part. You know, it's Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet. But you still have to be Vlad TV, and you still have to give the fans what they want, and so forth. So it seems like at one point he kind of just got over it. Said, okay,
yeah.
I see what you mean, and let me actually explain all that.
Right. But Mike Tyson is still going to Mike Tyson you, which is a trip because people didn't realize, you know, how, you know, you saw it in the Hangover. He can go from being whatever, punch you in the face, to laughing and giggling with you.
Right.
Because he knows he can use that part. I've been with Mike since, 18, 19. He's one of the greatest people and one of the most giving people. I went to see him in prison. I got that picture. I'll send it to you.
You went to go see him when he was locked up.
Yeah, we went in play Indiana, and after practice, I took a car.
Oh yeah, they locked him up way out in Indiana where it was hard for people to visit him. Yeah,
I went to see him, and then I got back, went to the game, and I watch him literally try to explain to people what's going on in his life. And now, like I said, in our 50s. It always comes back around, but this time coming back around, his 300 million will be his 300 million.
We talked about him losing 300 million.
Yeah,
and he said, I don't like the word had. It's like that's one of the worst words in the dictionary.